Hello, and welcome back as the newest species of space roach bends the knee like Torrhen Stark before the might of the Peterian Empire in Stellaris. The glorious Zaplo Imperium, turning out, I think the glorious part is an ironic nickname because they are henceforth gonna forever be known as the Bugs Who Know. Honestly though, Zaplo, I think you made the right call. My armada was rolling up on you like Aegon the Conqueror's army of dragons, and you knew you were doomed, you knew it. And rather than throw away the worthless, filthy lives of your citizens immediately, you wisely decided to throw them away at a later date, preferably after you and everyone you love is dead. Because they know it's going to be a while before I get tired of, well, one, integrating, and two, devouring the newly integrated eruptions. So the Zaplos here are playing for time. It was their only play they had, and they took it. And you know what? I think, frankly, it was the right call. I mean, I'm still going to devour you and all your children, but you bought yourself some time at least. Maybe a few of you can escape. You can smuggle them off to old Frank Mooterwood up here in the Valdari Stellar Empire. And speaking of Frank Mooterwood here, I'm a little troubled by the Valdari because Frank Mooterwood's most recent political gambit has paid some pretty serious dividends. He stole another election from the Valdari by declaring a pointless, completely unjustified war to whip up popular support for his cause, and he's successfully using my proclivity for genocide against me in the political arena. Because look, he's using it against us in the court of public opinion, and minus 188 for my genocidal ways. He's got all of the rest of the galaxy turned against me, Mooterwood. You're a savvy son of a bitch, but it's not gonna help you in the end, because I'm gonna crush you with my military might. Yes, well, Pete, I can't really say that particular opinion swing with regard to the genocide took much effort on the part of old Frank Mooterwood. Really, oftentimes, Pete, you make it far, far too easy, eating your own citizens to extinction and whatnot. It doesn't exactly take a Renaissance master to paint you as a monster when you wear your monstrousness on your sleeve. Yeah, well, we cleared a tile blocker. I'll be back to deal with you eventually, Mooterwood. In the meantime, we've gone back into full-on boring-ass maintenance mode, and that there's not going to be really a whole hell of a lot for us to do. How many freaking wormhole generators are you guys sustaining, eruptions? Good sweet God, it's no wonder your empire collapsed under its own weight. You have a wormhole generator in literally every goddamn system. You're paying maintenance on all these, right? You guys are goddamn out of your mind, lunatics, just splattering that shit everywhere. Oh, but that's the way to make it fastest, because they can teleport out of every system. That's true, I mean, they can teleport from any system to any system, but they're paying so much energy to maintain all that, I don't know if it's worth it. What I do know, though, is that we need a frontier outpost right friggin' here, right friggin' now. So let's get this started. Goibnu, I want you to come up here. No, I don't want to build a wormhole station. I want to build a frontier outpost. Build a military station? No, that's not what I want. Why can we... Is this not surveyed yet? No, Uldor, it's surveyed. Not claimed by any known empire. Well, how come I can't have my construction ship come here and build a frontier outpost, then? Like, it's not even an option. Why isn't it? I can't build a frontier outpost in any of these places. I can build a frontier outpost here, but not here? It's definitely surveyed. Why can't I build? My confusion levels are currently high. I should be able to build... I mean, I can build a frontier outpost here, no problem. 200 minerals, which we have. 30 influence, which we also have. Why can I not build one here, though? Is it within another system's, like, sphere of influence or something? What about here? Can I build one here? I can build one here. You know what? This is almost just as good. Just go build a frontier outpost there. I really just want to collect on this energy. That's my overall goal, is to start capitalizing on that energy and pull it into the Empire. I'm very curious why I can't build one in Uldor, though. We should easily be able to build one there. We've surveyed it. Also completed some research. Oh, we got cruisers. That's right, we got the cruisers. What does Garanthium ore do? Ships have an extra 10% hull points. It's a very low research. That's pretty good. Engineering facility 2 is interesting. Battleships I have really no interest in. What do you do? Energy weapon damage is bonus. We don't really use energy weapons. We're using kinetic, I think, at the moment. Armor torpedoes. Plasteel armor. You know, we could get this done really quickly, and it is a pretty... it'd be a respectable upgrade. Let's go ahead and get that knocked out of the way. Most of it has already been researched thanks to the slow and steady dismantling of our enemies' busted-ass ships we've been doing. Alright, and now it's just, we might as well crank this bad boy up to fastest and just let it roll, because there's really... This is gonna be, I mean, this again, it feels like an entirely skippable episode. Stevedore completed comes... Okay. What else is there for you to do, really, Stevedore? Like, we're effectively fully exploited at the moment. There's nothing we can exploit. Ezio? Oh, we have expanded out to Ezio. Alright, well, here. Come up here and build mining stations and harness that energy and that power. Where's the fleet at? The fleet is all in one chunk. And what? Wait, what are you? You're the woo. So we got the fleet all in one chunk, and it's sitting at Zaplonius. It really doesn't feel like it needs to be sitting there. So let's bring them home. These noble warriors who fought so hard and so bravely for so long to make this wussy-ass crunchy race of space roaches bend the knee. You did a magnificent job, fellas. Let's get you back in, probably for some refit and repair, since we have cruisers now. What we should probably do is just design our cruiser. Even though, you know, I'm actually tempted to wait until we have the plasteel armor. So we got the Clam Crusher, the Clam Smasher. I think we should, well, one thing we should do is we should get rid of the Janus. Can we not delete you? Yeah, let's just trash that. Can't remove our last design. Well, let's make a new design then. For a cruiser. The name, well, we got the Clam Crusher, we got the Clam Smasher. This is going to be the Clam Wrecker. Pete, you know, you exterminated that race of clam people a long time ago. You have since eaten... Oh, yes, I'm aware. I know that I have eaten all of the clam people. I know. This is in honor of those clam people. Why are you honoring a people you destroyed? Well, I'm not honoring the people so much as I'm honoring the destruction thereof. Wormhole modulator, intermediate combat computer, some plasma thruster 3s, alright. I mean, I don't really care about gravitic sensors, although I think increasing our tracking does give us better chances to hit. So let's put together some sections here. Artillery in the bow, or we could do a broadside. Let's do artillery. Hangar core. Interesting. Point defense, huh? I really don't want that. Broadside core is medium weapon slots, or artillery core is just... I mean, I think we're gonna probably go with artillery again, and then broadside stern or gunship stern. 2 small weapon slots, or 1. I mean, we're just gonna go, yeah. Just a bit bigger is really better. I find you always go for the biggest thing. So let's put on our guns and see how much power we need. It's gonna be our most effective, so large advanced railgun, and then we're just gonna go large advanced, large bump bump, because railguns don't really take a whole lot of power, which is nice. Are we researching... Hold on a minute. Atmospheric manipulator. Okay, I was curious if we were researching anything that was going to improve our overall combat effectiveness. We are, but I don't want to really wait for 40 months to start banging out cruisers. Or do I? No, we can always upgrade this design. It'll be fine. So, we're going to need a truckload of power. Let's get these cold fusion reactors in here. Okay, so right now, 2 larges is mostly getting it done. Where's our best level of shields? Let's put a level 3 shield on you. And then what if we do blah, blah, blah. And then, I mean, we could stick some afterburners on. We're down 80 power. So if we go bump and bump, we can then throw some armor in here for freebies. How's our stats look? All right, we're exactly power neutral, which is good. That means we got some armor. We got a truckload of shield hit points. Our evasion is, you know, okay. It's not great. 16% of shots are going to miss us because of our evasion. Combat speed is good. Our damage is excellent. Yeah, this seems like an effective design for the Clam Wrecker. Let's get that sorted. Yes, override it. And then, you know what? Get rid of the piece of shit that you called, what is it, the Janus down here? Some ridiculous hunk of garbage. Yeah, Janus, no. We have exclusively clam-destroying based ships and weaponry. That's the way this shit works in the Peterian Empire. And now it's just back to standardized expanding and exploiting for a little while here while we Start upgrading some of our stations because we're going to need a place that can actually make the cruiser. We don't currently have it, so spaceport upgrade to level 5. Yep, Petersburg, let's get you upgraded to level 5 as well. And St. Peter's, you are also our other level 5 location. We can't currently afford this, but it's only a month. We gotta wait like a month here. Not sure why we're paused. Let's get some time running through and get through these boring parts as quick as possible. That's the goal. Speed through the boring parts. It's like, you know, Twitch's MooBot. You focus on the important, automate the repetitive. Does anybody still use MooBot? Pete, you still use MooBot. Am I the only one? Probably. Humidity regulators. Okay, so we've got atmospheric manipulation, which allows us to terraform planets. That is sweet as hell. So, atmospheric filtering. That's a repeatable project that just gives us an extra 5% habitability. It's not bad. Neural implants, no interest in it. Interflail stellar fleet traditions. Let's just build a fleet academy and the grand fleet. Not really interested in either one of those. Cheap reward demands. No real... Oh, man, all of this research is shit. We could get regenerative whole tissue, but this is going to take like 800 billion months to research or something stupid, right? How long do you take? 136 months for something I don't really even want. You know what? No. I don't... I actually hate all of these. The Grand Fleet is great. It gives us 35% extra naval capacity and a big bonus to ship upgrade and repair speed. The naval capacity bonus is nice. But naval capacity is actually one of the few areas where we're not really hurting at the moment. I would really rather just have an extra 5% habitability for my planets, thanks. It's fine. Also, you get a bonus to that, so... Lithium mining. Explosive weapon damage is 15%. We don't really have a lot. Explosive weapon attack speed, plus 5%. Yeah, try and make missiles not suck, because improving shitty-ass missiles by 5% makes them still 95% garbage. Cruiser assembly yards we don't have. We're going to be building a lot of those. I feel like this is the right call, even though we did have a potential weapon upgrade. 19 months is all we're going to need to research that, and we're going to want those on all of our ship-producing locations anyway. We do have an idle construction ship down here. HIMS Factory. Factory, is there anything we can have you do? We're largely fully exploited here. We got an ocean world that we are not colonizing. I kind of put the slow roll on the colonization for a little while, simply because I don't want to increase my population. We're a little bit behind on research because our population exploded and we've got a lot of planets, a big population. It gives us a huge penalty to research. I'm really not looking to expand any. We could colonize those planets and dump them into districts, admittedly. Like we get this continental world. These are all places we could be going and doing useful things, but it's also penalties to my research that I really kind of don't want to take. Analyze some debris. Construction complete. So is there anything we can have the factory doing here? Are you in Peterian space? You are now within Peterian space. All right, come over here and build a bunch of mining stations. What about you, dog? You got anything down here? You built the last possible mining station for the Empire anywhere? I mean, I think that's it. Oh, Trax Orto is in. Yeah, all right, well, here. Go build a research station, and we're done with that. I guess build a mining station. That'll keep you out of our hair for a little while. We've got minerals we aren't really using to do anything. Just want to keep our construction ships constructing. System ships surveying. Science vessels are doing their science. We're by and large, we're good, man. Sectors are missing resources. Are those guys bankrupt again? Transmission from the... Okay, hold on a second. We got a transmission here. You guys want to chill for a minute? Independent space station of the Curator Alpha Enclave. They apparently successfully translated our language. Hey, what's up? Fungus men and space roaches. This is the filthiest galaxy in existence. It's all fungus and roaches. Well, Med Explorers, you're speaking to the Curator Alpha Enclave. Perhaps you're already familiar with the tenets of our ancient order. Like our esteemed colleagues in the other Curator Enclaves, we are willing to trade, provided that you can meet our rates. Well, what are your rates and what do you trade? Also, which sector is missing resources? We gotta go fix that. Oh, what a surprise, Mikhail. Bankrupt again, huh? Alright, well, I guess we'll just give you some energy credits then. First off, you keep all of your energy credits. How's that? Oh, here, we don't want any of your minerals either. You don't have to give us anything. Don't give us shit. We don't need anything. I want you getting all of those, and then I have to pump you some energy credits, yeah, because you're fucking bankrupt again, you jerk ass. There, that should keep you flush for the next little while. I'm Kuzin. I'm telling you what, Mikhail Kuzin down there, he's not a great manager. Now, granted, he has some intrinsic energy problems, which he's been forced to sort of work around, and that's my bad. But he's also like that mooching cousin of yours. He's always coming by. He's like, hey, Pete, you know, had a rough week there at the tables, went out to the track, and things didn't go real well, and I'm, you know, not going to make rent this month. Can you help a brother out? And you're like, well, how much you need? And he's like, oh, you know, $8,000. You're like, really? You're paying $8,000 a month in rent? Yeah, you know, I got a little aggressive, but I've got a 6-month lease, and now I can't get out of it. You're always having to fork it. Stop being that guy, Kuzin. Get a cheaper place. Also, stop playing the ponies, you jerk ass. We cannot have the HIMSS Woo idle. This is simply unallowable. No, though a woman as mighty and powerful and admirable as Shang Wu, I won't let you dishonor her memory by being a lazy bastards. You guys are gonna be surveying like nobody's business. Not a distraction. Are you back to Earth and idle yet? You are. Construction complete. Surveys and constructions, and this is it. This is the most boring part of Stellaris. I mean, I'd love to sit here and tell you about my moochin' cousin who keeps peeling $8,000 a month of me off for fucking rent, but there's really, this is it. This is what we got to do for like the next little while until the eruptions are fully integrated. We're sort of at a loggerhead here. Ooh, what do you have? Terraforming liquids. Do we have any of those anywhere? Let's go to strategic resource and check it out. Do we already have terraforming liquids? We do have terraforming liquids. We have at least one of every strategic resource I think we've discovered. So maybe we should consider doing some terraforming? I mean, that's a continental world, so it doesn't really require terraforming. Isn't there a system? We had a system up here that we had, I think it was Nitris, that has a planet in it that's habitable. Was it Nitris? Nope, that's a molten world. Can we terraform it? Apparently not. We had settled, I know there's one somewhere. We settled a planet, and we were like, oh, you know, we're not going to colonize, is it Lur Zerman? Where we purposely refused to settle the other habitable planet that was in it, because we wanted, maybe it was Tessilium. Was it you? You had another habitable planet that we abandoned and left alone. It's a frozen world. Can we, okay, we can't, all right. What the hell's the purpose of terraforming if we can't actually do it anywhere? We can't do it on an inhabited planet, because, oh, everybody's going to get all upset. We can't do it on a habitable planet. We can't do it anywhere we would actually like to terraform. Most of these planets are going to be just completely uninhabitable, like this dump. Battle Goose 1. It's a barren world. I thought we had a system where we only colonized one of the planets with the hopes of later we were going to go back in and terraform the other one to make it suck less before we moved in. Like Propus? Frozen. Gas giant. So, I guess not. It's been a while since I played Stellaris, admittedly, so you guys are going to cut me a little slack here while I try and remember. Been taking some time off to get things prepared to get our new rig geared up. It still hasn't arrived yet, but as of the day I'm recording this, it's like 2 days out, so we should be having the new system very shortly. Can we terraform a toxic world? Of course not. Can we terraform literally anything? I can terraform this Arctic world, but of course I can't because it has people on it and I don't have ecological adaptation. There must be like a minimum inhabitability threshold before we're allowed to terraform a planet. I kind of just want to see if we can do one now. Like, okay, you're habitable. You're a continental world. What are my terraform options? I can turn you into any of this stuff. It just takes a massive amount of energy credits. Like a ridiculous amount of energy credits. All right, well, let's not worry about that then, because we're busy sending all our money to our freaking Tulkin down there who's still swining us for $8,000 a month, you greedy pig. Alien vessels in the Aswika system. Sounds flag on Eswika until we can learn more about them. Proceed with caution. I mean, all right. We'll leave them be for the timing. Also, we never actually talked to the fungus curator, man. Which curator empire were you? You weren't Zuracorp. Which one of you is fungus-based? Not you. Not you. You. What do you got? New star charts. Aid us in our research. Tell us about the mystery of the universe. Could we recruit one of your scientists? See you in hell, then, because all that stuff takes a truckload of energy. And honestly, at this point, I don't really have any interest in that. As far as your star charts go, likewise, no real interest in your star charts either. Because I got unexplored systems out here. I got shit I can have my own people do. I got plenty of people to do it. I got science ships everywhere. Got construction ships just sitting on their hands for lack of shit to do. They're just waiting, putting in bids on jobs, and everybody's like, "No, I'm sorry, gonna do this one. You have to come in way under budget." And they're like, "Well, all right then. Guess we'll just pass on that because the cost-benefit ratio is really pretty negative on that project." It's what you get for government work, I guess, working for the Peterian Empire. Yeah, the system surveys are nice, but I really want to see my Earth construction getting done up here. Analyzing debris, armor torpedoes, swarm and missiles, bonus physics research, bonus engineering research. Honestly, the bonus research we get for those now is sort of just like an also-ran. We're getting like 50, but that's a third of what we make every month, and we're already not making enough every month. How come we didn't sit here just survey that? We should go out of our way to survey all the worlds where we actually have citizens living on it. A good emperor knows his empire, man. I'm not a good emperor, but I should at least know the empire. I gotta keep up appearances. Not great at my job, but you know, I'm striving. Goib new, okay. Alright, we're gonna hold off here, because now we've got construction ships. They're gonna have plenty of shit to do since we brought all of these into the Peterian space. So, why don't you go ahead and start building mining stations. When you're done with that, build a research station. And then we're just gonna like hoover up the rest of this as well. Good energy input, more minerals is always fantastic. Who doesn't love minerals? Everybody loves minerals. Anything over here that really desperately needs your attention from a construction standpoint? Doesn't really look like it. I mean, I would love to put a frontier outpost out here, but just considering what it's gonna get us, it's a bad investment. It's one of those juice does not worth the squeeze kind of scenarios. So instead, let's have you come over here and like build a trillion research stations and some mining stations to boot. Survey ships surveying, construction ships constructing, anomalies being anomalously investigated. All is well in the Peterian Empire. Stevedore finished some construction. All right, let's get him working on a new project then. Come on down here. Whip up some mining stations for us. These, how are the eruptions not bankrupt with this many wormhole stations, though? It's ridiculous. Rahari 1A was the homeworld of the ancient Kur, an alien civilization wiped out by the Cybrex roughly 600,000 years ago. The moon has been thoroughly strip-mined by the machines, and a few scattered ruins are all that remain of the Kur civilization. The rest has been grounded into dust. Don't you mean ground into dust? It's, technically that's a regularization error if we're going to analyze it, because a lot of times the way you make the past participle of a verb is to add ed to it in English. But in this case, ground, or grind rather, is an irregular verb and does not follow that. It goes from grind to ground, not grounded. Also, wait, that's not a regularization error, because if you were making a regularization error, you would say it's been grinded into dust. Grounded into dust just doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Never mind. I was about to give, the bygones to some possibly, in all like probability, because, Paradox is, Paradox Interactive is not a North American company, but still, man, that's a pretty egregious, egregious oversight there. You grinded it? No, grinded would be the more acceptable mistake. Grounded, it just doesn't make any goddamn sense. First contact with the Riggin Commerce Exchange. I speak on behalf of the Riggin. What the shit are you? Full credit for one having 3 heads, and they say, or rather, are those arms, maybe? Perhaps those are arms. Maybe just have 1 head. But you get mad credit here, High Trader Malengard, for simply not being either made of fungus or some kind of bug. Facilitated trade negotiations between interstellar parties on our starbase and the asteroid system for more than 100,000 of your years. If you happen to possess more minerals or energy than you need, we are willing to take it off your hands. You'll be duly compensated, of course. So it's just another trading concern. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Is that a Valdari ship in Peterian space? Mooterwood? Is that a Valdari ship over here? Because I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Get your filthy grubs off of my empire, Mooterwood. Fucking beat it. You son of a bitch, get out of here. Is that a science vessel? It is a science vessel. It's coming over, but it's scouting my Alright, Frank Mooterwood is doing the groundwork for an invasion. That's the only possible explanation for this. Mooterwood would not be over here if he didn't have an ulterior motive. That's just the way he works. He's not coming over here if he's not up to something. He's just not gonna do it. I know you're up to something, Mooterwood.
System survey complete.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go. You know what? We should start. You're gonna send survey ships over here, Mooterwood? I'm gonna start sending survey ships over into your space. How do you like it? I'm gonna start probing around your back door and see how you. Well, you know, Frank Mooterwood would probably actually be pretty okay with that. The guy seems really sexually liberated and like, you know, he's got pretty bohemian sensibilities in that regard. Trade deal expired. Our trade deal with the Valdari Interstellar Empire has timed out. We traded 1 Teledar crystals and they give us active sensor link. You know, I wouldn't actually mind bringing that back, because we were getting pretty good overall intel about the galaxy from Mooterwood. He's using us, but we can use him at the same time. I think we got to bring that one back. Mooterwood's trying to manipulate us. We know this. He's a devious son of a bitch, but, you know, we're going to get him because he thinks he's cleverer than he is. Be like, oh, we'll give you this profitable trade deal for you, Mooterwood. I'll give you these, you know, Teldari crystals that you're so interested in and that I have a ridiculous abundance of. And in exchange, you're going to give me information? Like your start? Oh, he does not want us to give it, okay. But how about an active sensor link, though? Nope. Well, then, it looks like Mooterwood has gone full turncoat, huh? What a research agreement, Mooterwood. No chance. Can we buy a system off you? Minerals. You know what? No, fine, Mooterwood. You don't get shit. All right, Mooterwood's put the lockdown on, so this is it. This is a formal declaration of war from Mooterwood. He's gone over. His intentions are now no longer even sort of ambivalent. He's gone from benevolent to, you know, neutrally indifferent to now just overtly hostile. All right, Mooterwood. That's how it's going to be, huh? All right, if that's how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be. Let's do this. You and me, we're going to tango. Cruiser assembly yards. Hey, Frank Mooterwood, guess who has cruisers now? It ain't you. Well, I mean, it might also be you, but in this case, you are not the one I'm caring about. So, kinetic battery, 106 to 218. 21, I mean, that's real good, though. How long is that going to take? There 69 months to research, but it's real good, though. How long does it take to fire? It has an 8-second cooldown. What about the Ripper autocannon? It actually has a 2.35 second cooldown. So, if we're looking at the average damage here, the Ripper is better. The kinetic battery is like one shot at extreme range that, given its accuracy and tracking, is going to be relatively unlikely to hit. I think the Ripper, same accuracy and tracking, it's got a range 60. This has a range 100. You know what? I would actually rather have, I'm just going to go for the Rippers. They don't take anywhere near as long to research. We already know that kinetics are the best possible solution to any kind of particular fighting problem. Let's stick with our guns. Speaking of sticking with our guns, we should start building some items that are going to allow us to build monstrously huge guns. Let's go to the old spaceport here and start building the... shouldn't I be able to build cruiser construction yards, though? Didn't we just finish that? We did. How come I can't build those when I add a module? Oh, here we go. Cruiser assembly yards. Do that. Petersburg, also cruiser assembly yards. There you go. And St. Peter's, cruiser assembly yards. All good. That's really all we want, and that's where I'm going to wrap up this episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see the full treacherousness of Frank Muterwood exposed, laid bare to the galaxy at large, might consider subscribing as well, because his house of cards, Muterwood, got a feeling it's about to come tumbling down. You're tangling with the Peterians. You got no idea what you're getting yourself in for, dog. No idea. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.